So, yeah, I guess like tell me just to start, like a little bit about you.
My name is Darren Watson. I run an Instagram page called Reclaim Masculinity, and I teach people how to grow theme pages from scratch and build an audience quickly and make money from that audience.
And where would you say that you got the most value out of these last couple months?
I say self-image,
Oh,
knowing how to change my state, knowing how to basically speaking up more for myself,
mm-hmm,
figuring out what I really want,
mm-hmm.
and making that a priority, and also taking actions that will lead me to feel better to take another action.
Could you give an example of that?
I think you call it anchors, like
Mm-hmm,
doing an anchor, putting me in a state, putting
mm-hmm.
me in a more active state.
Right. Coming into this, like what problems were you trying to solve and what were kind of some of your frustrations?
Speaking better, knowing how to speak effectively, knowing what outcomes I want, and also with sales calls, taking sales calls.
With those areas, like what results did you achieve and what areas of your business life improved by how much would you say?
I say I get more consistent sales now. I'm able to speak to people better in public, strangers, and I say more times than I did in the past that I start off my day great. I used to struggle
Okay.
with that a whole lot.
Yeah. Why do you think they improved?
I say that on the strategy that you gave me,
What would you say your ROI has been?
say triple,
Okay.
maybe
Yeah, that's hard. Okay.
I had a positive overall impact on everything
Where did you first hear about me?
on YouTube.
And what piqued your interest?
The way that you speak on camera, I wanted to
Okay.
learn how to do that.
Why did you decide to go for it with the coaching program? Like,
Because you knew what you was talking about. So that made me interested in coming back. Very helpful. I say you're a trusted person when it comes down to speaking about your problems and getting clear answers about your problems. You know a lot about sales. That's also helpful. And you know a lot about human psychology, on how the human body works, how the human brain works.
what area of life, I guess, would you say that you got the most value?
I say the most value was knowing what I want. That was big and powerful, even though it was simple. Knowing
Okay.
what I want. But sometimes you don't think about what you want when it comes down to conflict with other people. You always think about what they want.
Right,
But
right.
yeah, on what you want in every situation is very impactful thing to
Or
put on your conscious.
100%. Yeah, why do you think that is?
I say most people grow up thinking what they want isn't important, and
Mm,
they always put their wants to the back burner to please other people. So I think that's very important in life in general, knowing what you want. Like they have a quote that says, "The man who stands for nothing falls for anything," and you're gonna always be
right.
swayed by other people if you don't know what you want.
Okay. And how likely are you to recommend me as a coach to
As a
someone else?
coach, I say 10 out of 10, 100% worth it.
Somebody's watching this video, they're trying to decide whether they should spend their time, energy, investment, effort into a service like this. Why should someone listen and take action right now?
The holes are incorrect patterns that you have in your life. I believe he is a great person to guide you in I say fill up the holes and point you in the right direction through the wisdom. I don't know where he get his wisdom from, but through the wisdom that he have, I can guarantee that it will point you in the right direction.
Sheesh. And yeah, like who is that person? Because right, like you have to be in a certain state, you have to be in a certain place in your life to be ready for this, right? Like be impacted. How will they know if they're listening to this right now that they're, ready?
If you are open minded, if you 100% know that you need somebody to guide you, because if you go at everything alone, you will never get a learning curve. And it's always great to have a learning curve, and it's also great to get things from other perspectives that's not biased.
So if you were to quantify some of the areas that we wanted to improve, right? Like are you making more money now than you were making before?
Yeah,
Big improvement or small improvement? How much would you say?
say middle.
Okay.
And yeah,
And fitness, will you feel like you made some minimal progress to your fitness goals?
yeah, exponentially.
Okay. Yeah, touch on that a little bit because I know that was like a big thing that we talked about in our sessions, and you was proud about within yourself, and I was always proud to hear about those that progress that you was making. So
I used to be able to run, I say 2 miles and 2 miles max at like 14, 13 minutes. But then as time progressed, I ran my fastest mile, which is 20 minutes and 22 seconds, fastest 3 miles.
what happened in the love area, relationships area, whether that's intimate relationships, friendship relationships, family, the progress that you've seen there.
I say dealing with tough situations and still keeping my friendships. Also not being so afraid to speak to strangers and speak more confident while I am talking to strangers.
In terms of like fulfillment and happiness, if you could talk about that a little bit and what your process has been for transforming that within yourself.
Sticking to my habits and knowing that my habits will give me the outcome that I want in the future. And if I get closer to the outcome that I want in the future, I will always end up more happier than I am in the
Mhm.
past.
That's dope that you've been able to, stick with that, right? Because a lot of people can't. So it means that you've actually been implementing the work, which is good to hear. So any last things that you want to say? Any last advice to someone listening to this? Any things that you want to just share from your heart as far as, advice to others? I do this for the impact. I want to see everyone live their best life, become the best version of yourself. And my mission behind the work I do with the coaching is to change lives and get better and better at that process of transformation and understanding what change looks like from a scientific level, and being able to give those principles in a simplistic way, so people can take action and actually follow through. So anything that comes to your mind last minute before we hop that you feel like you want to talk about that we haven't talked about?
I say invest in yourself, get a coach. You need a coach. There's no way around it. And yeah, if you want to get to the higher levels, get a coach.
And get me as a coach specifically, right?
Yeah, yeah.
For sure.